This is Coach's Corner, and I'm Randy Farris, the head coach at Central Academy of Excellence. This is...
And I'm Eric King, Coach King at Washington High School over in Kansas City, Kansas.
And Coach King and I would like to tell you a little bit about ourselves in this inaugural program. So, Coach King, tell the audience a little bit about your background.
Thanks, Coach. I grew up in Louisiana, from Winfield, Louisiana. Very proud to be a Tiger. I went to Grambling State, but I graduated from Dana College, which is right outside Omaha, Nebraska. I went to the United States Sports Academy and got my master's degree. Okay, after that, I came up. I've been in Kansas City, Kansas, where I've been a teacher there. I'm a PE teacher for 20 years. This is my 10th year at Washington High School, where I'm the boys' head basketball coach. I've been Coach of the Year for our league, the Kansas City, Kansas Atchison League, for 5 in the last 6 years. So I'm very proud. Last year, my team was 18-5. We were league champs. We three-peated as league champs. So we've been really working hard there. Worked really hard at everything I do, and I'm just a pleasure to be here with you, Coach. Coach Farris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Coach, I've been around this quite a while. This is my 44th year in coaching coming up. And over the years, I've had the opportunity to have a lot of great players. And as you know, it's the players that make the program.
Right.
And so over the years, I've been to 3 Final Fours in the state of Missouri, won 7 district championships, won 5 conference championships, and was named the Missouri Coach of the Year, and I've gotten several local Coach of the Year awards, and I've been very blessed and very lucky to have those players to be able to do that. I'd also like to throw in that I've been married for 36 years to my wife Rose, and we have 2 children. My son JP just turned 36 last Sunday, and my daughter Anne Marie is 33. Is your family in town here with you?
Yes, I guess I should have brought that up. Yeah, I've been married. I just had my 22nd wedding anniversary. I married my college sweetheart, Hattie King. We have 2 kids, DeAndre, my son. He's a sophomore this year at Independence Community College. And my daughter, Nastasia, just graduated from Washington. And she'll be a freshman at Independence Community College. So my son will be with the men's basketball team, and my daughter will be with the women's basketball team. So I'm very excited. And I left that out, though. We went to state 4 times. Okay, since I've been at Washington, which is the Elite 8 compared to the Elite 8. I've also been to the Final Four, and we lost in the state championship game back in 2011. So I've had a pretty good career at Washington. We're very blessed to be around the good people in Kansas City, Kansas. They really treated me well.
So Coach and I are really excited about developing this program, and we'll be back after this break with a couple of things about coaching.
If you find yourself in need of a criminal defense, personal injury, or immigration lawyer, then call the Service Law Offices of Kansas City.
You'll get the experience of an attorney who understands your need for aggressive representation. Consultations are free, so call today.
Sooner or later, you'll need service.
And we're back, and now we're going to try to get into some of the things that we're going to be covering in our program. So, Coach, could you tell us a little bit about what student athletes can be doing for themselves in the off-season getting ready for next year?
Okay, as a teacher, and a coach, we always come and we get on the kids about being the best person that they can be. So one thing I want these kids to start learning from our show is, number one, we're going to talk about basketball skills, obviously. We'll talk about dribbling and passing and shooting and defense and things like that and team play. But then another thing we want to know, I want these kids to learn how to be just good students. Staying out of trouble in class, getting your grades, don't be tardy, being on the ball and everything you do. So I really want to hit that in our show at some point, and then we'll talk about academic tips. Maybe we have somebody come in and give these guys some tips on ACT prep work, things that they need to be doing to get in the clearinghouse. I want this show for any kid in America to be able to look up and say, this is what I need to be doing if I want to play college basketball, or even just graduate from high school. And at the end of it, well, before we're finished, we'd like to bring in some coaches and some players and have some on the court, on the field interviews and things like that where the kids can really relate to as well. Okay, what about you, Coach? Could you also talk about maybe some player improvement tips that these kids can have that they can use right now, today?
Yes, it's very important in today's basketball world that the kid doesn't stop in the summer season. The first thing that it kind of goes overlooked, especially the kids in the leagues that we're involved in right now.
Right.
When we compete against schools that are in the suburban areas, they tend to have strength coaches. They have a lot bigger weight rooms. So it's very important that the kids, especially that we're working with, but every kid needs to understand in the off season he needs to work on his strength. We will be covering in the gym and in sessions like this when you and I are just talking, we'll be covering the ways that these students can develop their strength, both in specific basketball related strength drills and in weight room drills where they can work on the core lifts and improve their strength. Secondly, speed is very important, and not just working on the running by running drills, but also getting into how the actual running mechanism works and trying to develop quickness by eliminating steps.
Right.
Then the next thing is flexibility, which we all do as coaches. We generally start our practice with some flexibility drills, and the problem is I don't think we stress enough to our players in the off season they need to be working on the flexibility themselves.
Right.
And then of course agility. We'll be showing some things once we get into some gym sessions, some agility things that we do, and everything that we show on this program, we'll try to make it so that the player himself can go back and do it on his own so he can keep developing it on his own. And then some actual basketball skills, we'll be working on those, player development. I'm a stickler for two-ball dribbling because then you can't hide from your weak hand. So there's some things like that we can show a player that he can work on. If he can get a hold of two basketballs, he can work on himself. So those are the type of things that we can be working on. So Coach, anything else you have to add?
Exactly. No, not really. That really covered it pretty good. Like I said, the biggest thing is how good do you want to be? We can sit up here on our program and tell you the steps and what you need to be working on, but you have to honestly go out on your own and work. Because remember, summer warriors make winter champions.
And that's a good thing for us to stop this session on, and this will complete Coach's Corner for the very first session.
I'm IFBB Bikini Pro Kat Williams, and when I'm not working out in the gym, I'm searching the web on Cascade Media and What's Up Kansas City. So make sure you check them out.